Okay, everybody, in this tutorial, we're going to find out how you're going to be able to find your ideal clients to teach online, growing your social media hugely, like I have done mine, and how you can use social media to basically earn more than a full-time income, making you very happy and your clients also. Okay, hello everybody. Hello. Welcome back. It's Alison from digiteacheronline.com. So today I have decided everyone can hear me, so I'll just repeat that again. Hi everybody, it's Alison from digiteacheronline.com. I decided to do it live today because I'm so busy. I just don't have time to sit around editing loads and loads of videos at the moment. So I thought I would do a live. So if you are here, let me know what you're doing, how you're earning your income online, what stage you're at in your freelance tutoring journey, and if you're watching this on replay, whether you're a freelance tutor or you want to start freelance tutoring. Also, let me know what stage of the journey that you're at. Don't forget, you can always go and have a look at my resources, and I'm just going to put them up here over on digiteacheronline.com, which is coming up now on the screen. So there I have everything you will ever need and more to build more than a full-time income online, from tutorials to blog posts to all the tools you're going to need, all the resources, and all of the training as well, which seems to be lacking in this area. Okay, so today we started this video with a bit of a whiz through some of the things basically that I have used to grow my online ESL adult teaching business. I do also have another teaching business for children, teaching English and modern foreign languages, but I wanted to do adults because I had previously worked as an educational consultant and I was quite bored with the way I was seeing people being taught English, and they were bored too, by all accounts. So I just decided to do my own thing, and it has been wildly successful. So I am just going to flip back to this screen here that you saw at the beginning, and I'm just going to re-upload this. Just to give you, talk you very quickly through what these figures are and why they are so important. So I basically have made waves really in the adult ESL freelance tutoring world, and I've received quite a lot of hate from other freelance tutors or ESL teachers working for notably Chinese platforms that kind of aren't very happy at other people having success. So the first thing I will say is just ignore the haters and get on with it. Now I just want to show you the differences here. So this is this business page that I'm talking about. This is a screenshot. Let me just dim this. This is a screenshot, let's see a bit better there, of the page followers in April 2021. Now, at one point, this was going up with an organic, this is completely organic, not Facebook ads, rate of 1,000 followers a day. I think it was between the 10th and the 14th, it just went drastic. So that's the 14th of April, okay? Now it's at, a couple of months later, now it's at 44,400. I don't know what this deep V is. I think that's where we must have had a Facebook issue with iOS. I don't know what that is, because I never saw a decrease in followers. So I don't quite know what that is. So now it's 44,400. That's going to be, by the end of the week, that's going to be 45k. Now, why am I showing you this? Because I know I hear so many people saying, oh yeah, well, you've got loads of followers, but wow, I'm going to explain why followers are so important. So I'm just going to move over to this little screen here. Now, followers are so important when you are building an online online business for lots of different reasons. The first one is marketing. It's the number one way to grow your business fast online. As you can see, in 2 months, I've gone from 20k to 40k. Okay, now that's really important because that shows all of the Facebook bots and the algorithm that people like what you're doing. They like your content. Now, this is what I call attraction marketing. I am using my content to attract my ideal client towards my business by doing what I do. So your content marketing is really, really important. Now, if you don't know how to create any of this, then go along to digiteachonline.com because I have a number of different courses that are, some are free, some are paid, and you can literally also have a complete blueprint of my business. So everything from my website, my funnels, every single thing I do for marketing, when I run ads, why I run them and how I run them, and I actually have a really low ad cost because I am monetized by Facebook. I actually have my own marketing consultant at Facebook HQ, and I always want to have as much training as I can, just as a sidekick on marketing with Facebook. And I was really worried that I wasn't getting enough return on my ad spend. And they told me, like, this is really good. What you're doing, just don't change it because it's really, really good. So just to give you an indication, how much it costs me to acquire a client is 0.17 pence of a pound because of my content marketing and how I've structured my business online. Very, very, very important. So just think how your life could change if it only cost you 17 pence to have a new online student. And some of my students, not my adult ones, but the children have been with me 7 years. So for 17 pence, that's a pretty good acquisition. All right, let's get back to it. So market positioning, if you don't know what this is where you are in the market. So you can create content, and this is where lots of people go wrong in any business, but in particular freelance tutoring. I see it loads on LinkedIn where they're putting out loads and loads and loads and loads of content and they're not really getting anything back. In fact, I find LinkedIn like the spam machine. If I go on LinkedIn and post something, my email box just gets jammed with spam and I can't stand it. Whereas on Facebook, I just don't have that problem because it's not allowed on Facebook. So where you position yourself in the market is really important. If you're using content and you've decided to put yourself on LinkedIn and all you're doing is just pumping out content, and it's not doing anything for you, there are two things that are wrong. Maybe your content isn't right, it's not attracting the right audience, and also maybe your message and how you're positioning yourself in your marketing is also not correct. This is the first place lots of tutors go wrong. And then they say, oh, I can't get my own clients, so I'm just going to go and work for a company and get paid $10 an hour or something like that. And they just think it's a completely failed process, whereas it isn't, they just need training. Think of it like this. Students come to tutors mainly for two things. One, to get better at what they're doing, and two, to pass exams, okay? Now, you wouldn't expect a student to go into an exam with no revision, no training, would you? Let's be honest. So as a tutor wanting to go freelance, you must get in the mindset that you also need training. It's not an option. These things you can't learn for free on YouTube. I'm certainly not giving away my business secrets away for free because blood, sweat and tears have gone into creating what I've created, and I'm super, super supportive. Anybody that takes my courses, they know they can just email me and Zoom me and I will help them. So these things aren't free because I have businesses that I run. So it just depends what you want to do. Do you want to spend your time on YouTube forever going through loads of videos, and quite often people that are doing things about this don't even know what they're talking about. Quite often they haven't even done it. So that's really important. If you're going to learn from someone that has done it or is doing it. Now, the next thing about your content is relationship building. So the idea of creating content, the concept of creating content is that you want to build a relationship. You can't go into the hard sale. For example, I have seen a particular person who says that you create a very lengthy curriculum, you charge over £100 an hour, and you literally try and seek people out on LinkedIn and message them for a hard sale. That, I would be surprised if that works at all, and if it works long term. I don't even have to market actually, because as in approach people, people come to me, they come to my website, they come to my Facebook page because of my content. So I have created a relationship over 2 years, but I saw massive results within 2 months. So within 2 months of creating the content that I know works and posting it in the way that I post it, I was seeing massive results, as in my Facebook videos were going viral, my lessons were going viral. I was getting, I actually had a call, that was my first call from Facebook marketing, asking me what I had done, they were interested in my approach, shall we say. So this is really, really important. You can't create a business with the thought of it being something that you can grow for a long period of time if you have no relationship. And the second thing is, you need to establish a relationship with your client so that you know how you can best serve them. Okay? You have to be able to be creating content that they are going to relate to, that they're going to need. If you're posting stuff that they don't really need to learn, they don't want to relearn, and they don't find interesting, they're not going to watch your stuff. They're not going to look at your content. So no relationship is going to be built. Okay? So the idea of the content is in the relationship building. Now, the second thing I have with every single piece of content that I create is that I have a CTA. That's short term for call to action. Now, every single piece of content I create has a call to action. Facebook is enormously helpful, and I do actually have a video on how I grew my business to 40k using the 5 free Facebook marketing tools. So after this video, go and watch that, because that's excellent. But I have a funnel and I have a website. Now, people that say you can build a business with a website, I just don't think are really telling the truth, because an English language business is very different to lots of other businesses. The structure is very business, and the content that people are looking for is very different. If I want to go and buy, I don't know, like a glasses case or headphones, oh, I've got myself out of the headphones, I don't need to have loads of content about this. Maybe I'd like to read a few reviews, something like that, maybe look at the tech specifications, but I don't really need that much information. People that are going to study with you and study with you long term, as in take regular bookings, they want to validate who you are. So they see your content, they like it. I drive that normally straight to a funnel where I have my offers, because they've been seeing my content, they've been watching it, they've been interacting with it. So they are ready for the sale. And sometimes if they're not ready, they go straight after to the website, because it's all within one. And they can read blogs, they can read more about the different services and the products I offer, and I'm going to show you my different revenue streams in a moment. And it works really well like that. One thing I will say is that if it's English, if you're teaching English, keep it really, really simple. Again, over at DigiTeach Online with my Teacherpreneur Evolution system, I have a total marketing suite. So all the website's done for you, all the funnels are done for you, all the email marketing is done for you, absolutely everything is done for you. Even your own online curriculum is done for you. Everything is done for you. So if you're not a techie person, and you don't want to take time and doing it, you get literally my direct template. So you literally drop it onto your computer and go. So it's really simple. So that's really how I stay booked and busy, because because of these things, because of my marketing and because of my content, I'm always getting bookings. Literally every single day I wake up with bookings, and I'm just going to see, I don't know what I've put it now, but I have, if you go through the shorts, the YouTube shorts, quite often I will show the back end of my Facebook page, and I think I have something like 56 or 57 bookings today. So these are 57 people that have booked on to my online group lessons. So I'm going to go through now how I earn my income, basically. So let's go down to here. So I have different revenue streams. So the first one, obviously, is that I'm now monetized by Facebook. So this means every time I do a video or I put a content out, whatever it is, whether that be an infograph, whatever it is, I get paid for that. I get paid by the advertisers that are advertising with Facebook. So these are really big brands, and sometimes those big brands approach me, or I can approach them because I have a special brand collaboration dashboard within Facebook, and I say, I'm really interested in your products. For example, Oxford English, I'm really interested in your products. I would love to promote your English language learning books for IELTS. And obviously we will talk about a price, and I am paid to promote those products, but I only promote stuff that I actually use, or that's maybe I don't use it myself, but it's going to be very useful and a good value for money for my clients. So that's one way that I earn income. So the second one is I have an online English subscription. So I don't do it's very rare that I do one-to-one lessons, incredibly rare. And the reason for that is basically because my business is quite big now, and I don't actually, I wouldn't say I don't have the time, but I'm certainly not going to sit down for £25 an hour when I earn a lot more than that. You know, in a group lesson and seminars. And myself, I actually prefer doing group lessons and seminars. Now, if you ever worked for an ESL platform, you just need to forget all of those experiences, because when you create your own online business, working with adults is completely different. I remember working for a Chinese ESL platform at one point, teaching group lessons, and I swear, I think pulling out my own teeth would have been less painful. It was incredibly boring. The lesson material was rubbish, absolute pants. You would have 8 or 10 Chinese adults in a lesson. They were incredibly demanding, and I think the most you'd get paid is £10 an hour. So there is no real, there's no motivation there. You know, when you're basically getting paid $2 an hour by each client. So you need to forget that. And you need because when you're doing group adult lessons for yourself, it's so much better. Your content is better. You're earning a lot more than $10 an hour or $15 an hour, and you can see your clients' progress, which is really nice. You rarely see that on ESL platforms, because you know, one lesson it's going to be someone, and then you might see them again, you might not. It's just so like weird. The whole thing's weird for me anyway. Okay, so one way is the online subscription. So how I set this up, this is my workflow. So they can join in all of the live lessons for free on my social media channels, but to practice their English speaking, which is really what they want to do most of the time, they have to become paid subscribers. So here they pay a monthly subscription. They can join my adult group classes. Now I have between 4 and 8. So if it's only 4 adults in a class, obviously those lessons are more, and these are private group lessons, so these aren't streamed anywhere other than privately between the paid subscribers. And with that, they then get access to my online curriculum, and that they can't get anywhere else because it's what I write. So this is what makes it unique, and it's also what makes it really, really helpful. How many times have you gone into a lesson with rubbish materials when you've been working for a company and half of your class already know them, the words are like 1 or 2 words on a page, and at the end of 45 minutes or an hour, they haven't really learned very much? That's a rubbish way to teach, and it's an even worse way to create an online business. The only reason that's successful the majority of the time is because of the country. I'm not going to say any more than that. So creating your own is a really great way to make it unique. Now remember when I said about the relationship building, this is absolutely this is so important at this point, because you're going to be creating lessons, creating how you're planning your lessons, creating the lessons, and creating the backup material afterwards. So for example, they often always want the lesson notes, they want a replay of the lesson. I also do online assessments that they can just and exercises that they can do, and I also have written work as well, and they can upload that written work through my system, and I can check it and mark it back, because lots of adult English learners actually don't like writing, but in order to go to work and get a paid job, English speaking, they need to be able to write as well as they can speak, obviously. So as a little top tip for you, if you really encourage them into the writing, it will help their English a lot more. I don't see a lot of people focusing on that. So I'm just going to get rid of this bit here so I can get the next bit up. So the next thing I have as well is standalone courses. So as well as my monthly subscription where they come to my adult group speaking lessons, they can also have standalone courses. So again, going back to the relationship building, with my audience, with my clients, I've established what their needs are because I communicate with them and they tell me. I find out what they're struggling with, and then I create unique standalone courses. So some of these can be 3 lessons, some of them can be 4, some of them can be 40 lessons. It really depends on you as a freelance tutor stroke teacherpreneur, how you want to create your freelance tutoring business, how much you want to put into it, and what sort of setup. And I also have a lot of books, so I write a lot of books, and no, they're not written under my name, they're published underneath my publishing company name, and I find that works really well too. So obviously the standalone courses, the books, and the back end, if you like, the online curriculum, they can all be sold independently. They don't have to have the online video lessons, but if they do, then if they have the online video lessons, then they get discounts on everything else. So for them, it's much more to their advantage to have just to come along every single month. Now, that's great for me because I then have a regular income coming in every single month. But what's more important for me is that my churn rate, so if you imagine churning cheese, my churn rate is much lower. So in online marketing, the churn rate is how much it costs you to acquire a client, a paying client, and also how often that churn happens, yeah? So how often do you have to replace that client? Now, Mine is incredibly low. My churn rate is really, really low, and my marketing, because of my marketing, my client acquisition cost is really low as well. But this is just one part of the structure. So the entire structure is just really, really important. And again, you can literally get a blueprint of that at digiteachonline.com. I can't really go into every single thing in a YouTube video; it's just not possible. So those are really the ways that I stay booked and busy. So the main one for me really is my online subscription. Every single day, my Facebook monetization grows every single day. So every single, I think it's every week. Every week I get paid by Facebook marketing or Facebook for obviously being monetized, and so that's also money that comes in. But the majority comes from my online subscription and my books, actually, because they get this discounted because they're having these with the subscription. Then obviously it has a lower value for me, as in maybe let's just say instead of paying like £45 for a course, I might give it to them for 25 or 30, depending how long they've been subscribed with me. So although I might not be making as much as I could be, because they've joined my subscriptions, my English monthly lessons or weekly lessons, but they pay for every single month, then I don't have to spend loads and loads of time and money acquiring new clients and new students. So this is really, in a nutshell, how I stay booked and busy. It's about diversifying, having different streams of income. Having one stream of income is really foolish, especially after the pandemic. I think if you're an ESL teacher and you want to go freelance tutoring and you're still just doing one thing, then this is just foolish. You need to change your mindset. And realise that to be successful, you need to have lots of different streams of income, and some might really surprise you. For example, you might decide to do something, let's just say you might decide to do standalone courses, and that might work really, really well. And all of this you can sell through Facebook shops. So that is an awesome way to get new clients as well, because as soon as someone goes onto Facebook and looks up English classes, Facebook automatically show them for free all of your stuff if your content is correct and good and people have engaged with it. So going back to what you saw at the beginning of this kind of tutorial, YouTube, whatever you want to call it, I showed you that growth rate. That is telling Facebook people like this content. So more and more of my content gets shown to a lot more people than, say, someone who's only got 200 followers or 2,000 followers, for example. So going back to lots of these like gurus that say, yeah, well, you might have loads of followers, but do you have paying clients? Well, yes, I do. And generally, people aren't going to follow you if they don't buy your products or services. Think back to the brands that you follow. My business is considered a brand now by Facebook, so I'm not someone that's just gone and designed a logo on Canva and said, yeah, I got a brand, or my teacher brand. When big brands choose you to promote their products and services, and when Facebook advertisers choose you to run ads on your content, you're a brand. So that's the real big difference. And again, I've done this 100% alone and it's totally possible. I do have people writing Facebook, but I didn't. To get to this stage, I didn't have any of this. I do have obviously lots of experience with digital marketing and websites and just building online stuff digitally, so I already have that experience. But if you don't have that experience, you can go along to digiteachonline.com and get literally everything. And one of the good things about any of my courses is that I am constantly updating them. So if something new comes out, or I think something is really good. For example, TikTok marketing is wonderful. One of my videos has had 42,000 views and it's had 696 shares. Is also very, very helpful. So now within one of my courses, I have a whole section on TikTok marketing and how you can use that again to draw clients to your content, to your funnel and website, and ideally to your products. That is kind of how it works in a really simple form. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I hope it's been really useful if you are a freelance tutor and want to get into freelance tutoring. And don't forget to leave me some comments as well, and obviously to like this video and subscribe. That would be really useful. I'm really busy, so if I see that this isn't useful to people and people aren't asking questions, then I'm just not maybe going to put out as much because I'm busy doing my own stuff anyway. But I really want to be someone that can help you, because there are so many people out there that say they can help you, and really all they want to do is get a recruitment fee out of you or sell you some expensive software. It's going to cost you 300 quid a month, and I don't want you to do that, because that's not helping you, that's helping them. And I also want you to know that you can do this and you don't need anything else other than your own drive, your own commitment, and your own personality. That's all you need, and I am sure you will be absolutely wonderful. Okay, everybody, nice to see you, and I hope to do another stream next week. So let me know in the comments what you'd like to learn more about for freelance tutoring and how I can help you best. Have a great day. Goodbye.